it bothers me because it only reminds me of, you know, where I feel I should have been. And I don't want to say feel. Let me not say feel. But I think that what this system promises you when you do certain things, that I should have been there. And so it bothers me, man. And I can't, you know, I try to hold it in, I try to contain it. And I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here, and I'm trying to be quiet, trying to be calm. But when I hear that these individuals in the back and the conversations that they're having amongst themselves, and knowing that the reason why they're in Vegas is not because, you know, they're just some individuals that, you know, put their money together and decided they want to take a vacation or a trip to Vegas. Now with these conventions, their companies are bringing them here, and their companies are paying for it, paying for them to be in their hotel rooms, and maybe they even getting salary to be here. And I tell myself, okay, don't get upset, don't get angry, just be quiet. You know, while they talk about, you know, their careers and their pay and how all the benefits they're receiving, don't say anything. Just sit here in this driver's seat and just drive them to their destination. But knowing it bothers me. And it bothers me because all I can think about is my journey. All I can think about is, why not me? What did I do wrong? Did I not go and get the education like they told me I was supposed to do so I can advance economically? Did I not study hard and put in the hard work and not take any shortcuts? So, and I know a majority of these individuals that I'm listening to are not as well read as me. Most of them are not as well traveled as me. Most of them are not even as studious or smart. But yet they are here in these positions. And I'm here driving this Uber car full time. And all I can do, no matter how hard I try to get out of the situation, all the thousands and thousands of applications I fill out, and the thousands of Indeed and LinkedIn resume submissions I've made, and all the no's, and all the countless times I said, okay, well, maybe it's my resume. Maybe I need to, you know, update my resume. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do myself. Maybe I should pay some money to have a professional look at it and spruce it up. All the times I done did that, and still to no avail. No opportunities are being opened up to me. Every response, oh, sorry, you weren't chosen. Oh, sorry, you had to go with someone else. Oh, sorry, we had to choose another route. So when I'm sitting here hearing these conversations, it protrudes me. And I just try to be quiet. I just try to sit here and be quiet. I truly do. Trust me, I try with the most greatest effort. But then they want to ask me stupid questions. You know, and half the times, like, I'll be listening to a podcast just to kind of drown that conversation out. Like, I'll have one ear open, you know, unless they ask me for a request, so they can know that I'm alert to their requests and I'm listening and I'm attentive. But I have this other one blocked off and I'm listening to a podcast, something educational, something beneficial. And they might hear it because the car's in silence. But then when they start asking me these stupid questions, you know, it's the common ones. You busy tonight? Oh yeah, it's busy. Oh yeah. How you doing? Now I'm not a person that lies to myself. You guys may say, well, you got to do what you got to do to make your money. Okay, that's you. But the worst thing that you could do is lie to yourself. You know, you can lie to everybody else if you feel like that's what you have to do. But you shouldn't lie to yourself, because you got to look at yourself in the mirror and you got to lay with yourself at night. And if you lie to yourself, you know when you laying in that bed at night, it don't feel good. You know you ain't being true to yourself, and it eats away at you. It bothers you. It creates sleepless nights. Oh, you got to look in that mirror and know that you are lying to yourself for some money. So rather than lie, and rather than try to create, you know, some unnecessary unease and uncomfort for the passengers that get in, I come up with a term that I learned from Neely Fuller Jr., which is when someone asks him, how are you doing? You say, I'm still learning. And by saying that, it's neutral. Because when someone asks you how you doing, you say, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, and you're not fine. You behind on your bills. You just got an eviction letter. Your girlfriend or your wife is stressing you out, acting like she want to leave you because you always gone working. You know, you sit in the car, driving all damn day, trying to make ends meet. You know, your children or whatever, your child, if you got that, baby, whatever, the baby mama stressing you. So when you sit there and you got all this going on and Uber screwing us over on pay, taking more than half of the amount in the fare, and you sitting there and someone asks you, how you doing? You got to say, I'm fine. No, you're not fine. You're lying to yourself. You are not fine. Your situation is fucked up. It's fucked up. So you sitting here, don't lie, rather than lie to yourself, and rather than get into some, making the passenger uncomfortable, right? Because you could say, when they say, how you doing? And you say, oh man, I'm bad. It's bad. Okay, that may be the truth, but now now the passenger is feeling some type of way. And sometimes, oh, what's wrong? And then and then now you just spill it all out on them. And they're like, damn, I just came here for a ride. I didn't come here because half the time when people, it's just a common a common a statement, a colloquialism of America. How you doing? You know, when you greet people, how you doing? 99.9% of people don't really want to know how you doing, right? They're just saying that because that's the common courtesy of the United States. So, you know, yeah, so if you get into, oh, I'm messed up, and they, you know, that might make them feel uncomfortable. So the neutral term, as I learned from Neely Fuller Jr., is I'm still learning. I'm still learning. And that's a neutral term. You say, I'm still learning. It's not a lie. Because you are still learning. You're going to be learning until you should be learning until you leave this existence. But not trying to make, you know, this drawn out, but what this is about is basically when you see these guys online making these videos, you know, talking about, you know, this, oh, I'm making this a week and I'm making this, you know, it's not good. It's not good to do this shit full time. Had to drive Uber full time. That's not good, especially if you got higher education. You know, you fucked up. You in a fucked up situation, and you have to really be honest about it. You don't take a degree. You don't even take a high school diploma to drive Uber. They don't ask you if you have a high school diploma. Hell, they don't even ask you if you speak English. So literally a person can get off the plane today from another country, go to the DMV, not speak a lick of English, and be driving Uber, get their license and be driving Uber, sign up for Uber. The barriers of entry are not high. So all this education that you got, and you have to be forced to drive Uber because you got to still pay your bills, that's not good. And I don't care if you're making $1,000 a week, $1,500 a week, $2,000 a week, whatever you make, it's still the sacrifice that you got to put in to make it $2,000 a week. It's a lot of driving, a lot of, if you know, you know, it's a lot of on time. You online for at least each week to get 2,000. You doing about 70 to 80 hours a week of sitting in your car driving around. That is not good. That's not comfortable. That's not healthy. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mental. The wear and tear that you have to put on your vehicle. None of that is worth that $2,000. The stress that you got to put up dealing with people in traffic and the people that's in your car asking you stupid questions, that ain't worth it. It's not worth it. You know, if you have qualifications and higher education, then the only reason why you should be driving Uber is you want some extra income. You know, if you like, okay, you got your regular career, regular whatever business, and you might put in 3 to 4 hours after that, just to get a little extra income for whatever you know, whether you want to invest in something, whether you want to take a trip, that's fine. But if you got to do it full time and you have a higher education, higher qualifications, you failed and something is wrong. And that's the honest truth. You can take it or leave it alone. You're not respected. You are not respected by even your family, your close ones, and by society. You're at the bottom.